Hello again. Now, this week I've got some doors to fit. Actually, I've got 14 of them to fit, and I've only got a couple of days to do it. So, first thing I need to do in preparation for that is get my chisels honed back up again. Now, they're always reasonable, but they're sight chisels. So, as you can see, they get little chips every so often because you hit something that you didn't expect was there. And also my block plane. Now, I use a power plane for the bulk of it, but block plane you need just for them finer bits and bats. But as you can see, it sits in the van, it gets a little bit tired sometimes. So I just need to look over these. But I don't want to be spending all day. It's Sunday, it's my day off. I want to be spending a little bit of time just bringing these back up to scratch. So I want the simplest, quickest and fastest way with the least amount of fuss to get these sharp again. Now, if you've watched my other videos on sharpening, you'll know my little sharpening station is in here, where I have many drawers laid out and they're sharpening boards. The most popular one for me is the one with the diamond bits on it. Now, on the back of this, I've got little studs, and that just sits on my table, sliding table, and then the T-slot, there, like that. It'll slide that way, but it won't move that way. When I'm working these ones, and it'll go that way. Now, I take it off the end, put a clamp on, and that's going to stay still. Yeah? You make these things to fit your workshop, how you need your workshop to work. These things need to fit in quickly, because it's something that gets put away again quickly as well. So that basically is why I do it that way. They're all different grades going along, same with these ones here. And all I do is I simply just move along one after the other. Courses at this end, fines at that end. Same cabinet in this drawer. My preferred item is the Eclipse honing guide. Three preferred, I've got three of them. Why I've got three, I don't know, just keep buying them. Right, anyway, Eclipse, it will do the chisels, it will do the planes. To make life even more simple, I have these that were made up by my father many years ago. They have the angles, the actual measurements for you to set the chisels against and the plane irons against, so it saves getting the tape measure out. So that's what you need, that and some water. Okay, to get started, to make things simple, make these blocks, simple piece of wood, and it's a stop block, that's all, it's a stop block. So when you've got it into the honing guide, you can very quick, very simple go, that's it, simple as that, and you've got it set. Now we need the two, 25 degrees, 30 degrees. Now 25 degrees is the biggest one, that is 40 millimeters. The 30 degrees, easy, it's 30 millimeters. So it's very simple. Starting obviously with the biggest one, because the bigger you go, the bigger the angle. If you go short, you get a short angle. So your main hone is on the 40 millimeter one, the 25 degrees. That's your main hone. Then you hit it with the 30 degree, 30 millimeters, and that's much shorter. That just wants to take the tip. So you're just taking the tip off there. That's all you're doing with that. Planes, same again with your plane irons, standard plane iron, same as a chisel, double bevel. You have your long bevel first, which is again 25 degrees, and your 30 degrees. Now 50 mil this time, 25 degrees, 50 mil. 30 degrees, 38 millimeters. A little bit bigger, you see? And that one, a bit bigger. Right, so, give them that way around. But, on a block plane, we don't. A block plane only has the one bevel, because it works in a different principle. An ordinary plane cuts like that. So you want the tip relieving and it shoots up backwards. With a block plane, they cut like that, a lot lower. So if you put a 30 degree angle on that, it's going to be like hitting it with a screwdriver. You're going to be jamming hard work. So you want the 25 degree angle to give it the most slope you can to swoop under. So with that one, we just want the one. That's all. We don't need a shorter one. Okay, now one point with the chisel, with a plane iron, etc. Your 25 one, your 25 degree one, is a long, lots of it. This is a short little bit. Now if you've not done any damage to the tip, just use that one. You don't need to do that one again. Just use that one, few strokes, and it'll put your edge back on again. And then you're finished. If, like with most of mine, you get the little teeth mark because you've been catching hard bits in there, because it's not just me using my chisels, so I can blame other people, I'm alright. But surprisingly enough, I've still got a burr on there. Or have I got a burr because somebody's turned it over? Anyway, first thing, clean the back off. I've got a burr there, I can feel it. Clean the back off. I've got a very fine one on the end here. You just lay it flat and slide it a few times. And it's gone, and that's it. If everything's been done regular, this will be very simple and very easy to keep continually doing, and you'll never have a problem with it. Then you can set it up. Now I'm going to run it a few times first on 25 degrees because, as I said, I've done some nearly damage, so I need to get rid of that. But it does slow your process down. So if you can avoid hitting hard things, especially metals, with your beautiful chisels, please do. And the final part before we start, diamond stones are worked the same as water stones. You don't put oil on them, you wipe them off with water. Leave them a little bit damp, they're fine. Just remember when you've done them, your chisels, straight away, oil them. Instantly you're finished, give them an oil over. Okay, so we're just going to start. Now that's coarse, as I said, this is my coarsest one. So I'm going straight onto that one. You just place it on, finger needs to be on the front. Main finger on the centre at the front, and just slide it backwards and forwards. Now if you've got a jig like mine, it runs off. It will keep your stone wearing evenly, should it wear. And that's it. Okay, now you see I'm as good as off the edge there. Now if yours is as bad as that, then remember you've got to keep doing it until you get a burr on the other side. Until you get a burr on the other side, all the way along evenly. Now I'm just going to polish that up with a finer stone as we go down. Same again. See there? That's getting quite shiny, is that? Very quick, very simple. If you've not damaged them, then just that much more simple and quick. Right, now I can change to the 30 degree and do the tip. And now we don't want to be going on the coarse one this time. We want to be going medium to fine, because you're only taking the tip off and giving it a fine edge. So we'll start on this one a few strokes. Now as you're doing it, watch your line. Make sure that it's not going wedged. It needs to be an even all the way along. If it's going wedged, put pressure on the point to the opposite side to tip it back over, because that's what you're doing. You're just pressing too much on one side or the other, and that's what causes it. And it can be very minute pressure that you're giving it. to cause such a thing, but still it will. And that's plenty. And that is it. That is now a very sharp chisel. Now, you can strop it over with the leather just to make it sharper, or use it like that. But the first thing to do is get it out of there and get it oiled. Now it's just a spray oil. Put it on a cloth, spray it over, give it a wipe off. Just make sure there's no dampness left on it. Otherwise when you do come to use it, it'll have already rusted up. There we are, that one now, beautiful. Because I've got a few like this, I'm going to show you a little trick with these. Right, you can see there, if the camera's picking it up, but it's quite severe. So, if you've got yourself a belt sander, put it into the jig. That's why I've got many of these. Now with it set again, what you're going to do is you're going to place it on so that this ball almost touches, but you're pressing your thumb there. Now you've got to be careful, because everything's powered and moving fast. But with a bit of practice, it saves you a hell of a lot of time. Right, now this is in place of grinding, not in place of honing. And then we're going to run it through its paces, doing the course. But remember, we've taken the bulk of it off now, so it should be a lot quicker for us. Still there's a lot to do. Okay, that's the burl off. Right, that's now gone all the way back, so now I shall move down. Very nice. Okay, take the burl off of that one, and then we can again change to the 30 degree. That will do it. Now if you've got a little one of these in your toolbox, you can very easily do this on site and just keep giving it that little extra. A lovely little burl on it now, is that? And there it goes. Okay. Beautiful. Right, and again now squirt it with some oil. And that's another one ready to do. Right, now let's just have a quick look at the plain iron. Plain iron, it's got no marks on it at all, but it's only one setting. Now with your honing gauge, it goes in on the top of it, which is there. You have it. Set it. There, lock it up. And it shouldn't need much, so just medium and fine. And see how we go. A couple of strokes, just make sure the angles and everything okay. Yeah, we've got a good polish there. Very easy. They tend not to go near nails much, which is better than chisels. And they only have the one bevel. But if you do have any damage on it, it's a lot of work because of just one bevel. Right, I've got my burr there, gone to the fine. Polish it up. The back. Okay, and again, like with the chisels, whenever you're working with waterstones, have the oil on hand. Right, now just one last thing before we go is I want to just address this. It happens all the time. Van. Happens all the time because it's in the van. Let's put a bit of clean off first. Now all I do is a bit of emery paper. Well, it's waterproof abrasive paper. It's not emery paper, it's not cloth paper. It's just a water-based paper. But I use oil. Give it a spray over. That's it. And then just take your plane. Look, I've got rust around the edges of it. You know, you can see it's not been in the best of life. Because it lives in the van. I can't keep it nice and warm and dry and lovely all the time. Anyway, put it on and give it a rub around. It's only surface stuff. The thing hasn't been abused, it's just been sitting cold and damp. That's all. Now there you see the sole plate already is nice and clean. Now just got to address the edges, the sidewalls. And that is it. One nice, clean looking block plane again. We're not going to make it look like something that's just come out of the shop. We don't want to. We just want to stop it looking too bad. So we just keep up to it, that's all. Right, the fog as well. Give that a bit of a clean now. Just for the sake of it. You set this point here at the top for the amount of wear your blade's at. If you've been sharpening it a lot, then it'll be getting smaller. Now you see I'm on the middle there. So it's been sharpened a reasonable amount. Okay, get that set, put your frog in. A little bit on the loose, a little bit tight there. Right, so it just goes on when it's unlocked. Get everything squared up and lock it up. Now, always good practice with all planes, when you stop using them, when you finish using them, wind them back in. You don't want the blade sitting out. If it's sitting out, then it's going to be blunt when you come to it next time. So don't have it sitting out. Wind it back in. I mean, you can close the mouth as well if you want. That's your choice. Close the mouth, no one can get to it, it's perfectly safe. It's a 30-second job when you're putting the thing away. Now, I've got two bags, and these two bags are what it sits in. So how it ever gets rusty, I don't know, but it does. So even taking some precaution, you see, it still doesn't 100% work. Okay, so, right, well, that's the end of this lesson, I suppose. We've done chisels. I've got two of them. I've got another 4 more to do, but I can get on with them myself. You know how to do them now. Very simple. Now, there is hundreds of ways of doing chisels, sharpening chisels, hundreds of procedures, hundreds of methods. I just want something that's robust, quick, simple, and that works. I don't want to spend hours doing this. You know, we want sharp tools. We need sharp tools. We don't want to spend our career. Now, my father was like that, I've got to be honest. He would rather sharpen chisels than make furniture. He was a connoisseur of the truly razor edge. I suppose it was good when you want to use them, but when you're in the trade, your time is needed for using these things. You don't want to spend your entire time sharpening them. So find yourself a quick, reliable way that works, that keeps them sharp. You'll know when you're on site if it worked or not. If it did, repeat it. This way works fine. Diamond stones are a little bit on the expensive side in comparison to oil ones, but they last forever. oil ones, you're getting dips in them, and as soon as they start to dish, they're no use. And it's a lot of hard work making sure these things don't dish. So I would invest in diamond stones. They're a lot better. And you can throw them in your tool bag. They're not going to get damaged that much either. Or not as easy. The stone one cracks and breaks. Okay, right, well that's it. You got any questions, shove them in the bottom. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, once again, thanks for watching. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now. Let me get back to work. Oh, cold chisel.